Hello everyone, welcome to the CTV News on Calabash TV and on the Wave Radio 94.5. I am Lucia Joseph. Industrial matters dominate. The National Workers Union is reporting a measure of progress in its efforts at getting employers to comply with certain aspects of the labor code. On Friday, union representatives met with the management of Secure St. Lucia Limited and the Labor Commissioner to discuss outstanding overtime payments to workers. Secure St. Lucia has not been in compliance with the regulations for overtime pay as stipulated in the Labor Code since its enactment in 2012. A schedule for payment was decided upon. However, Secure St. Lucia must hand over key information before that is finalized. The NWU and Secure St. Lucia have been trying to smooth relations for a few years now.
This would have been our second attempt at gaining recognition. The first attempt we were not successful. The second attempt we got almost 100% in terms of the poll taken. For various reasons coming out of it, like in terms of management not wanting to actually sit down with the union. I guess they're afraid of the confrontational nature of the whole relationship, etc. But what we have really been able to do is actually sit down with management already and iron out a number of issues affecting various workers in the company. What we are attempting to do, in addition to getting the overtime payments sorted out, we've also started the negotiation. So we're actually running a parallel situation of sorts where we handle the overtime payments on one end and handle the negotiations. And through the negotiations, we hope to iron out a number of issues relating to the work conditions and basically come up in terms of the uniforms, the boots, occupational health and safety, the various allowances, for example, meal allowances, etc., funeral leave, vacation leave and stuff like that. The negotiations will handle that part, and the overtime payments, hopefully this week, Wednesday, we'll be able to finalize that.
Secure St. Lucia is not the only security firm drawing concern for the treatment of employees. The NWU represents the interests of workers in some 6 firms island-wide. The vexing issue remains low pay. The NWU is now preparing to take a case before Labour Minister Dr. Robert Lewis.
In the South, we've been able to negotiate increases and wage adjustments. So the South, they seem to be stepping up to the plate to a point. Not to the point we would like them to, but they're getting there. In the North, we've actually faced a little more adversity. As it stands right now, we're actually going before the Labour Minister as it concerns G4S, and it will be the same issue with the wages. We understand it's a trying time for all companies in St. Lucia given the economic situation, etc. However, that should not stop one from actually paying somebody what they're worth, especially in terms of security guards, given the nature of the work that they do, the fact that their lives are always on the line. So in terms of that, we believe that guards should be placed in a different category and structure based on that, and they should be compensated as such. So that is what we'll be pushing for the minister when we meet with him next week, Tuesday, as it relates to G4S. And hopefully that will serve as a springboard or a catalyst to get more communication and consultation as it relates to that sector, and then we can move forward. The average is about $4.50 an hour for an 8-hour workday, and you will appreciate when you do the math that you cannot feed your family, you cannot have your commitments, your bills, etc. on that kind of daily wage.
It's pretty much bus money.
Well, yeah.
Solace Myers there of the NWU. The financially strapped regional airline Liat has announced plans for a voluntary separation package that could result in more than 150 employees being removed from the company's payroll. CEO David Evans says the company will embark on a process of cost reduction right across the airline, but that will also include a reduction in the number of people that the company employs. Chairman of the shareholder government, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonzalez of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, said the plan is to reduce the airline's debt significantly. This would involve reducing the staff number from 800 to about 620, which should save about 13 million EC dollars. Prime Minister Gonzalez said the airline was also in need of an immediate cash injection to help stabilize its finances, and the airline had approached the Barbados-based Caribbean Development Bank, the CDB, for assistance. The CDB is already providing $65 million to finance the refleeting exercise of Liat. And Liat employees in St. Lucia are represented by the National Workers Union. Ms. Solis Myers says the union is extremely perturbed by this latest development.
Well, we heard the press release like everybody else on the news. It actually went out on the news before it came to us. What we're in the process of doing right now is actually writing the company to get an emergency meeting going so we can discuss these job losses. When it comes to Liat, it's a very precarious situation given their history, etc. But for us, what is even more troubling is that once you go in that direction, you're also affecting the little livelihoods that surround Liat. For example, the taxi drivers, the restaurants, the little mini community, I guess, for lack of better words, that has developed over the years because of Liat business. So when you go in that direction, the ripple effects will be felt throughout. So we're hoping that we get a response from them very soon in terms of that. We cannot afford any more job losses. St. Lucia is very small. That will not help the economy as it is right now. And we're hoping for some sort of avenue to express these concerns, even though we have expressed it before in the past, but we will have to do it again and basically fight for our people down here.